I'm not
go.
gonna.
You only have 24 hours in a day. Your success is dependent upon how you use the 24.
I said, welcome back.
You gotta hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care. You broke. You grew
telling me I can't get audio from this participant on your screen. I can't see what it is.
You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened? My 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric,
are y'all able to see his screen? What he's sharing?
For the rest of your life. And this is all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
This is Ali Major. Welcome to the Gag-Order, a show about the pitfalls people in society face on a daily basis. This show is dedicated to inspire change and encourage growth through conversation. Knowledge is king. Here on the Gag-Order, we believe the only way for us as a nation to unite is to talk about the issues affecting and plaguing this nation. And through conversation, we as a people can come to an understanding and prevent these issues from keeping us down. This show is sponsored by Seven Sun Entertainment. Find them for your next big project.
First, I would like to introduce my co-hosts, Jinx and Debbie. And we have Carlos here with us. I am so glad to have you here on the show, brother, and I'm so interested to hear what you have to say. And I'm definitely wondering about the chemistry that we have here because I finally have another gentleman on the show with me. So that right there makes me... What you mean? Exactly. but yet still, huh? What you say?
I said he's trying to find some balance or something.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyways, I really would like to say that tonight, we're gonna get a little personal, and I'm gonna start things off because I really want to start the tempo of the show. So when I say personal, I mean something that I haven't given before, and something that I really haven't given before is aspects on my drive. All right, I told everybody I was in prison. I came from a long prison stretch, and I sat for 10 years in prison. And during this prison stretch, I went through my trials and tribulations, but in the back of my mind, I always wanted to or yearned to learn. So I studied etymology at one time when I was inside there. I found a bunch of old dictionaries, and I started researching words and the origins of words and what words really mean, and then I found out that words that we use today aren't exactly the way that they were meant to be used. And animals, they were given names at certain dates and times and years. I started learning when religion was born, and I started learning a lot of these facts of life, and they put them in books. They say if you want to hide something from a dummy, put it in a book. So I started researching and reading these books and yearning for colleges, and I tried to get in college in prison, but I caught a ticket, and that knocked me from being able to take college classes. So upon my release, I want to say that the world was a whole new place, and it still is. My brain still hasn't caught up to what's really going on, but I see the truth. Once you read a book, you can't unsee the book. So by me reading and studying so hard in prison, it gave me a new light to look at. When I came out, I was looking through a new lens of the prism. A prism has 3 different sides to it with 3 different cuts to each lens. So therefore, the light might bend a different way, looking at the prism in a different way. So when I say this, I looked at life through a new eye, through a new facet. What used to intrigue me was guns and street play, fast women, fast cars. I used to love that shit. And that's what I used to do every single day. there's minimal times in my life where I've had a job over 6 months. I mean, for real, like I didn't keep a job because I felt like I can make more. I should make more. I should be respected more as a person. And every job made me feel belittled. And you know, I'm a big factor on control. I got control issues. I really want to control my own life. I don't want to control your life. I just want to control my own. You know, I really want to take a stand and be able to pick what is right for me instead of somebody intervening and saying, no, we think this way, but that way may not be the way I want to go. And life seems to direct people in ways that they don't want to go. So by me saying that, when I came out of prison, I had a new view on life. And this view led me to want more information. And this more information, starting school and everything was really hard. I had a tough time transitioning, like I said. But I was willing to sit behind a computer for 18 hours a day. I didn't get but like 3 hours of sleep because I was studying them books, reading them books. And sometimes, like accounting, I had to read that book like 3 or 4 times just to get it. But I got it at the end. And I kept fighting and searching and fighting, even though it was bad and reality of life was hitting me. I still searched and pushed to get better in my education. And need, it kind of fed me, and I needed more. You know, once you eat nourishment as a baby, you start eating more as you start to grow. So as my mind started to grow, I wanted more and more and more. So by the time I was ending my business degree, I quite wasn't done because I have other things to add to that degree. So I started school again. And this is what drives me and what pushes me. It's a fuel inside my chest that once more, I want more out of my life. And by the time this is done, I don't want to regret not taking that time for myself and investing in myself and making a better self for me. And that's what I wanted to bring forth and say. And I hope everybody tries to do the same in their life. Jinx, can I get you?
I mean, I can't top that now. Shit, bro.
I ain't asking you to top it. I'm asking you just to add to it. We
I know.
together here.
No, I know. But I mean, I've been through my struggles as well, and I've been home for a little over 15 years now, and it's been a battle. It's been hard to not go back to my old ways. It's been hard to not get money the easy way. It's been hard to keep myself and my family afloat when I've got additional obstacles because of my record. But like, there's been ups and downs. I've done fell on my face numerous times. I've done lost everything and had to build it back numerous times. But I I couldn't give up. I couldn't. Like, I can't. Still can't. Like, regardless of how tough things got, I always had faith that somehow, some way it was gonna work out. It's not in my hands. As long as I'm doing my best and I pray on the rest, whatever happens is gonna happen. So I've been holding that near and dear for many, many years. And I just take it day by day.
Carlos, let me know more about you, my brother. See, I've met you, but my audience members and people who watch have not met you. So please, can you inform us of who you are and what you do, my brother?
So let me see. Artist, author, I like to say inspirational speaker, believer before anything, a man who wants to impact people by using his story and his life as an inspiration to others that they may be able to see that, hey, if I can do it, anybody can. So, did 13 years in prison myself. They gave me 23 years. This was 2006. And I say God. Some people may say universe, anything. I ended up coming home technically 7 years earlier. 3 got ran concurrent with the 20. Then you remember in 2018, Kim Kardashian fought for prison reform. So did 13 years in prison, came home 4 years ago. Since then, my artwork has been at the World Trade Center 3 years in a row. I've exhibited in D.C. twice, Baltimore twice, Florida, Georgia. I have sold over 20, oh Lord, over 8,500 copies of a book I wrote, and over 8,200 now, hand to hand and signed every one of them. One of them, most of them over there at the African American Museum where you and I met, standing out there, look, hey, asking people can I share my book with them? And I learned something. There's a scripture that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And out of this scripture, I realized that we have the ability, if you can set your mind on anything, if you can think about it, if you can possess it, if you can see it in your mind, you can receive it. Sitting in prison 9 years ago, God spoke to me and told me three things. You're going to leave prison early, the world is going to see your artwork, and you are a millionaire. I came out 4 years early. I tell you what my artwork has been. The last thing is happening. I'm 9 years closer to that goal than I was 9 years ago sitting in that cell. And I realized something. That there's nothing that God won't give me if I can only adhere to the words that He speaks and move towards it. I know you said that you're not spiritual, but you had a taste for knowledge. Some told you pick up books. Some told you to you wanted a college education. Nothing in your mind could stop you from reaching towards that goal that you felt deep within inside to reach for. So when you came home, you didn't get just one degree. You reaching for more degrees and more knowledge. This is how I see life in the perspective of life. Everything that we think of, we can receive. So what I like to say, I'm a learner of life.
We all are. We all definitely are.
Absolutely. I got a couple questions for you, brother.
Talk to me.
Can you let the people know the book you wrote, and can you let the people know more about that? Can
Yes, I will.
All right.
So the book is called What If? Let me grab one if I can find it. Oh shit.
He's on fire.
Don't fall.
Let me just get up and do the right thing.
He got merchandise. He probably got
Yeah, I
merchandise
ain't
all in
trying to
there.
fall in the
I'm
floor.
telling you.
That would have been nasty. Here we go. So it's called What If?
It's called What If? Okay.
What If? So what I did in it, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of it. Here we go. Let's see if I can show it. What if white people were in black people place and black people were in white people place? I do not wish this on white people. But you are going to see them go through the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. You're going to see a white Rosa Parks, white Ruby Bridges, Malcolm X. You'll see Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, the little girl from Texas, Colin Kaepernick if he was white. I did not change Obama. I did change Trump. And last pictures of Lady Liberty, and she's on the front cover. Did all the artwork, wrote it while I was in prison. Most people
That's
would probably ask me, or most have asked me, how did I come up with the idea?
Jinx, did you have something to say?
I just said that's what's up. Like,
Okay.
that's
What do you what does that
it's
bring to
just
mind?
it's thought provoking all around the world, all around the board. Like it definitely puts things in perspective.
Absolutely, I agree. What made you come up with a concept like that, my brother?
My parents came to see me one day when I was in prison, and they were
Hmm.
sick. So I
Okay.
thought in my mind, these people are gonna leave here before I make it home. I
Okay.
went back to the cell after that visit, got on my knees. That's no lie. and I asked God to give me something that'll help me make money while I never sell drugs again, because I never wanted to end back up in that state, whether they left or not. Dad came to see me like 11, hold on, at this time, this was 9 years ago. Dad came to see me my whole bit.
Okay.
A month after month, once a month for however many years it was. In all, it was like 11 years that they did this. And
yeah, it's like 120 months.
Yeah, so I'm sitting up in there and I'm like, yo, oh God, these people might die. So I did say this after I said that. I said, if you give me something that'll help me make money, where I never sell drugs again, I tell the world about you. So about a month and a half later, I'm walking on the compound. There's a black correction officer with his hands behind his back. It's a white guy cutting grass. Me, I'd been studying black history for 3 years. I seen that. I told my friend, I said, damn, this look like this could be a black slave master and a white slave. He said, man, I can see it. About a month later, I forgot about the idea, wasn't even thinking about it. I messed around and was looking through a black history book and seen a picture of two white guys chasing a black guy. And the idea popped back in my head. That day I started working on that picture. 3.5 years went by and I worked on every picture you see that's in this book.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, two correction officers, two women say, you should write a book to your artwork. Because in the prison, anytime they had an art show, I would dump my artwork down there and let everybody see it. I would stay down there all day just to watch them come through and see faces because I wanted to know how it would be perceived.
All right, I respect that. And they didn't do that in my facility. They actually took it to some museum, but I respect that. So now I want to ask my co-host with the technical issues, Debbie. I want you to give them you in a raw bottle.
Me in a raw bottle. I am the baby of 7 kids. Now is 6. I lost my sister in 2018. I've always been, one to really trying to find myself. I've always been, to me, judged even as a young child because I've always been bad and curious of a lot of stuff. My mother used to call me the devil. Um, in a good way, although I would be like, wow. But I'm a loving person. You know what I mean? I give you 110 of me, not 50-50. It's 110. And I don't always get that back, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's how ball bounces. I'm there for you if you need me, night, day, fall, whatever. I mean, I'll help a stranger if need to. It doesn't matter to me. If I'm there, you know what I mean? I got you. But my childhood and growing up, I wound up getting like kind of misunderstood, like what's the girl name? Misunderstood because how I was. I was a no nonsense person, so a lot of stuff I didn't deal with well. I stayed into fights. I just didn't tolerate a whole bunch. If you came one way, I just was a hell raiser. I just raised hell just because, and I knew I could. So
That's a lot of women's stories I hear. A lot of bad girls these days.
I'm the baby, so I had 4 brothers. You know what I mean? So I had to fight my brothers. So I wasn't scared of anyone. Now, if I took an ass whooping, I took it, but I wasn't gonna be scared of you. But at the end of the day, I have a kind heart. I don't have a problem helping anybody. But if you cross me, then that's another side of me. So I try not to show that side, but then I have also been in relationships where so it made me be another way once I came out. So it's like I have a wall up. I have trust issues. I don't like to deal with a whole bunch of drama. I sold drugs when I was younger. I did what I had to do. I raised my kids as a single mom. I was pregnant at 16. And I was pregnant at 15 and gave birth at 16. So, I'm in that process of still being a child, trying to go into adulthood. I was grateful that my parents helped raise my oldest daughter with me. And then I had another child. Then I wound up getting into an abusive relationship. It was a lot, for a young person. I've been through a lot at a young age. and still going through, but not as bad. But some stuff, you know, that's my story. I came out. I was at a business. I was on a job for 5.5 years before I stepped out on faith and started my own daycare business. Um, but then I ran into some trouble because that old side of me crept up um, and got me in trouble. So now I'm starting another business, which is Peace Be Still Creations. Um, so you know, it's
Absolutely.
not what you do is what you do in the process to get past all of that. So I I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I trust God. I believe in God, and without Him, I wouldn't be here today.
Come on
So
now.
it's hard. It's not easy. You know what I mean? You gonna get the bigger the level, the bigger the devil. So at the end of the day, it's what you gonna do in the process. You gotta walk through it. I've learned from every mistake that I've made in my life. It's always a learning lesson for me. Although I don't see it at that moment, it is a learning lesson behind it. I can't stay stuck in it though, because I do suffer with depression. I do suffer with PTSD that I'm just starting to learn about the PTSD. So a lot of things that I didn't know, I know now. I do counseling, and I ain't ashamed to say I go counseling, because if I don't go counseling, I'm on a whole nother level. But that's just me. I mean, I'm a loving, fun person. I like to have fun. I like to party. I like to dance. I like to be around family and friends. But that's
It's
me.
good. Before I jump into anything else, I would like to say first, we all have been through hard lives here, and I apologize to each and every one of you for the struggles that y'all had to go across. And it's particularly hurtful to me when I hear that a female had to live a life like I did. You see what I'm saying? It's not fair because I don't see, I know it's easy to pick up a gun and protect yourself and all that right there. But at times on the street, things happen really fast. And, like I said, I know things and seen things, and I wouldn't want to put any girl in that position. Feel me? So I apologize to you guys for having to go through that in your lives and meeting men that are abusive and things like that. Because things like that, let's face it, we don't have to. That's extra. It's extra shit we shouldn't have to go through in life.
Right.
For me to raise my hand at a female would be extra. I'm doing a little extra. I know I can leave. I can just get the fuck away from her because she's pissing me the fuck off. Yo, get the fuck out of my face. Turn around, get the fuck out of there. But then still, they choose to exert their anger and take it a step further than they should, and that's wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong for anybody. I would like to bring up, and this is going to start the questions that I'm going to have. I am going to bring up. Yeah, can you read it to me?
Yeah, when you came home from prison, did people have a hard time accepting that you had changed? I think it was a process of them having to see and actually feel and know that there was a change.
Mm.
And there had to actually be change. Like, I've seen people come home from prison acting like they changed, they ain't changed. And it takes a long time to break certain mentalities and certain habits. And the changes, I think, ever, like, it's just going to keep going. It's a non-stop process.
I would like to say that I think people, even to this day, have a hard time accepting my change. They don't really know yet. A lot of people don't really see me to know that there's a change. They get glitz and little pieces of it, but you don't really know a person's changed until you really hang around that person or talk to that person or something like that. So I think people have a very hard time accepting people who have been in hard situations before. Like I said, I think once that poison get on you, I think people just back away from you.
Can I say this?
Yes.
I think I don't. I understand what you're saying, but I think because it all depends on what the situation is and what you've been through in life with people. Because sometimes, especially if you've been in and out, in and out, in and out, And I have had family members who have been in and out, and they've said they've changed, they changed, and then when that person give you that trust again, and then you go back and do the same thing. So that's why when you come out and this time you're out, it's hard for that person or family
It's
members or whoever to
it's a
actually believe it. So that
Hold up. Got a
it's,
problem with that. Go ahead.
what,
Let me get that, Jinx.
it's
Huh?
a
huh?
perpetual battle. It's a
Yeah,
perpetual
it
battle.
is. It is. I mean,
I don't think so. I think family is, I think love is love. You either love a person or you don't.
it's not the fact
Mm-mm,
that they
mm-mm,
don't love. Do you know?
mm-mm.
Let me share
Love,
this with
love,
you.
love isn't
Love
from
is
afar. Love
no,
isn't
it's
from
not.
afar
I
from
can
your
love you.
family. Your
I can
family
love
love isn't
you.
from afar.
Yes, it can be.
Nah,
Or yes,
it
it can.
can
Or
be.
yes, it
It
can.
can,
Or
but what
yes,
kind
it
of
can.
family is that? That's like
It
a
is what
long
it
distance
is.
friend.
It is what it is. I can.
I have a
I'm gonna
problem
tell
with
you
a
right now.
mother having a problem with their child going back and back to prison, and then them backing off or taking a step back
But
because
do you know
he.
how hurt? Do you know how hurtful
Nah,
that
hell
is?
no, hell
Do you
no.
know
I
how
don't
hurtful
care.
it
I
is?
don't care.
You
That's my
have to
child.
care though.
I don't have any children, but that's my fucking child. I don't care. I don't care if they keep getting it. I'm hoping that one day they get that shit right.
They're not, and then who's saying that they're not saying
Yeah,
it?
but
Not
hold on. They're
who's
not
saying that
giving them. They're not giving them the help that they need to
because it's
better
called
their
tough
life. They're
love. It's
Can
standing
called,
back from
but it's
afar,
can I
called tough
interject
watching
real
this
love.
shit.
quick?
It's called
Yeah, go
tough
ahead. Let me get that,
love.
brother.
One, y'all gotta go one at a time because look, I can't get all the midst of this.
All you got
And
is respect,
no,
bro.
no, I understand that both of them are passionate. Don't get me wrong, I understand, and there is relevance in what both of y'all are saying. No lie.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, just off Debbie's point, people are, and they do love. They don't know how to deal with this shit.
Exactly.
One, my mama didn't know. She didn't even come to my neither one of my trials. Wasn't that she didn't love me? She didn't know how to deal with it,
Yep.
or I didn't know how she knew how to deal with it.
Yep.
But for a person who's a believer, this is one thing I had to learn. In the Bible, it says, "I will never leave you nor
No
forsake you."
forsake you.
So what I learned is that sometimes I don't. What God do is remove people, so then you can gain connection. Because if you have them people that's there for you and saving you, that's what get all the glory. Just to your point, I do understand where you're at, but I also understand that it ain't that they don't love you. You didn't need them at that moment. You wanted them, and you felt that you
Hmm.
did. However, it was a bigger purpose in life.
You drive purely faith. You're faith driven. So you
Look,
find.
listen,
See that before.
Example. Prime example. I had my mother, Lord rest her soul. My sister was on a ventilator, not once, but 3 times. My mother could not go and see her child laying in that hospital
it
on
ain't
her
that she ain't want
deathbed.
to.
Exactly. She gave
See, some
birth
Just
to
things
her,
you
but
have to do. No,
she
they're not.
could
It's
not
not
uh-uh.
that you don't want
handle it.
to. Some things you
She could,
have to.
but you can't.
Everybody
Swallow
Everybody
handles
can't.
that gut.
these situations
Swallow that
differently.
gut.
Different,
Everybody
and
handles
they
different
sure
Look,
do.
situations differently.
I used to
I
be in
know
that
what.
same predicament you was in. I did not understand it until I sat back and I had to realize everybody can't handle everything that everybody else go through. You just can't.
And
No matter how you must. It ain't that she didn't love her child. She loved
she
her
just couldn't deal
unconditionally,
with it.
but she could
And
not see her like that.
look,
She couldn't
the
see her
crazy
like
thing
that.
about life, it's going to work out in the way it's supposed to, even when we don't want to. It says all things work together. Yes, I look. Hey, as you already know, I am. Look, I'm built into the faith
All
because
things work together for
I
our
got to
good.
see how it really worked on just on my behalf, personally.
Because
Sitting in
sometimes you gotta
prison,
step out the way.
I
So,
lost I lost over $87,000 in
yep.
one day,
Okay.
drugs and money. The
Hmm.
day I went in prison, sitting in there, cried for 6 months, dead broke. Messed around. This is what God showed me. Friends disappeared. Bunch
Hmm.
of people. People I love now. I still love them to this day. I don't even hold it against them because I understand one thing. They couldn't go with me on this journey. It wasn't their journey to walk. But what God showed me is this. You gonna be broke. you're going to have your life. I'm going to make sure that you're fed, clothed, you get an education beyond what these people will give you in school. And then I'm going to set you up for prosperity after the fact. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the thoughts I have towards you, not to harm you, but to prosper you and give you an expected end. This is what happened. It did feel like home for 13 years, but it was prosperous. I ended up writing a book and doing a bunch of artwork to come back here and now meet you. Look, in a time that I wasn't even supposed to meet you. Things work when they supposed to work. As much as we hate that they have to go through it, and then you told me not too long ago, what you tell me that day? Why did you have to go through, or why do you have to go through? And what did I share with you? Look,
I
pressure and doubt.
I'm going to ask you both a question because you both
Talk
are
to me.
very passionate about this topic. Okay, so love, right? You guys understand the word love?
Mm-hmm. It's
Mm-hmm.
unconditional.
Okay, that's right. Love, true love is unconditional, right? Okay. So, a wife, husband is about to die, he's on his deathbed. She can't really handle it. She can't handle it. But
Mm-hmm.
her job is to sit there by him,
Supposed to
hold
be.
his goddamn hand, and be
Supposed
there
to be.
through that pain and that punishment.
Mm-hmm.
A
I'm
mother,
with you.
child is on his deathbed. He about to go. The mother can't handle that stress. Guess what? Get your ass up in that room and
I'm with.
see
Look,
that boy. No, no, no,
I'm
you
with you. No,
have
I
to.
said I am
That's
with you.
love. That's
Hold
pure
on. I'm
love.
gonna repeat it.
You guys are giving love a
No.
stipulation. Yes,
I'm
No,
you
not.
are.
No, 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 no,
She
no, no,
can't
no.
handle
No,
that.
no, no,
So
no, no, no,
no,
no,
we
we
are
no,
all
no,
people.
no, 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 no,
No, no,
no,
gag,
no, no,
gag,
no.
gag, gag,
Gag,
gag,
gag.
gag,
Let me get
gag.
that. Let me get
Mother,
it.
as a mother, that is something that no mother should ever, ever, ever have to endure is to bury her child. It's not natural. It's not what it's meant to be. I can
not just the mother,
wholeheartedly
a
un-
male
I can
either.
I can wholeheartedly understand for a mother to not want to hold their child's hand through certain things. I can
Hmm.
understand that.
Hmm.
I'm with you
You don't want to,
unconditionally.
but you have to.
Yes,
That
but
does
she
that
may
does
not.
not that doesn't say that there's not unconditional love there.
It sure doesn't. It
Now,
doesn't.
Unconditional
That
love. Do
it's
you guys
it.
agree that love puts you in positions that you would never be in? Crazy positions, deadly positions. Would love do that? You do that for a boyfriend. So what the fuck?
Not necessarily. So it all
Depends.
depends on what the
It
it
depends
all
on it
depends.
depends
I'm
on
gonna
the
tell you right
situation.
now. I say a lot of things. I can handle a lot of stuff that I say I can't, I won't do. But I can't sit here and if my mom could not handle to see her child in that predicament, I don't know what was going on through her head. Not saying, and like I said, she loved us unconditionally, but to see them laying up on a ventilator, not knowing if they was gonna make it, did not stop her from not loving her.
Okay.
She
I just
loved her. She could not
I
handle
agree
it.
to disagree because I think we are all strong people. I think
She
all of us have strength
stronger than what we
to
know.
bear through all things in life that come towards us. So I
I'm
think
with you.
anybody is capable of handling that situation. If you have man, if you love that child or you
I'm
love
with
that
you.
person, there is nothing. I don't give a fuck what disease. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is going on. Guess what? You're gonna be
and
there
tell
for that
let me put
person.
it to you like this. Until you put in that situation, you're not gonna understand it.
This is what I
Okay,
will
And
say.
all
that's
right,
point
Here,
blank
all right.
period.
hold on,
I
And
don't
that's
have
point blank
kids. You could
period.
use
hold
that
on.
against
And
me.
it ain't
You
even
could
about
use
it
that
ain't
I'm
against me.
with you.
it's
You
not
could
What
even
you
use
no
that
no
say,
no
against
Gag?
no
me.
no. It ain't even about
Go
having
ahead. What
kids.
did
It's
what did
about
you say?
parents.
Hold on, Mr. Carlos.
Okay.
What'd you say?
What you say, Gag?
Who
So,
Yeah.
gag?
no, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
wondering
yeah.
if that's how
That's
you.
the word. That's the word. Gag
I,
when you want to cut in. That's why I stopped because you said something about gag.
okay.
What's up?
Everybody is able to handle it. Will they allow themselves to handle it? Is the question.
Mm-hmm. That's
Because
strength.
emotions are very real, even though they are not real.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, but it'll come and go. You see what I'm saying? But men, I'm gonna go to a man's state of mind because you know your emotions. but at one point you didn't, and you just pound them down. Most women know their emotions because they felt them from a long time. They never was told how to drown them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nowadays, yes, a lot of women are drowning
I
theirs,
feel they're too
so it
powerful
then
of
became
feelings, but
callous.
okay.
But the thing about it is because they feel theirs a lot different, it sets on them a lot different.
Okay.
And with men, we tend to just, man, you know what? Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Because this is the mind state that people have told us to live in. You got to be hard. You got to do. You can't look. Quit crying. You're meant to feel every emotion that you run through in life. This is how you get to the next stages in life. But I will say this, oh, most definitely. Look, imagine doing this. Look at me real quick.
Yeah, yeah. What's up, brother?
I can't get nothing in. Look, he don't want to hear this. Look, I can't get nothing in, nor can I give anything out. But when I do this, being vulnerable, there's a bunch of stuff that can come in and out. That's pain, that's hurt. But guess what can also happen? God can work on you. Look, I hate to say this.
Brother, I'm gonna disagree with you right now, and I'm gonna tell you why I
I
disagree with
already know
you.
you're going to disagree, but go ahead.
Look, just like you stated that women, they weren't taught to push down the emotion. No, I think
Mm-hmm.
that estrogen inside them is like 20 times ours. So therefore, they can't control them because they're too many. It's too many goddamn emotions going on.
They
Don't look at me
can.
sideways.
It's
Don't look
hard
at me
work.
sideways, because
It's
inside of
it's
you,
it's not.
even Miss. Yeah,
Listen,
go ahead.
men are logical, women are emotional. That's just
True,
how it
true.
is.
Well, no,
So
we're
what we gotta
emotional
say a
too.
moment ago,
No,
men are
men are
emotional too. Like
emotional.
you were saying,
Completely.
you've been taught to suppress and handle it differently. Women also go through a larger range of emotions on a regular basis.
Because
Yes,
the
That's
indeed.
right.
body and
That's
everything.
right.
However,
That's right.
back to the original point in hand, like unless you had truly been through it, and I've seen it and experienced it in different realms on different levels, that mother-child situation, and I've seen people who may have been able to deal with it in that moment, but it
And then
literally
break down.
destroyed them for the rest of their entire existence.
Okay.
It's,
I mean,
I,
prime example. My
Yes.
husband, if I would get sick and have and get cut and would be bleeding, he ain't gonna be able to handle it because he can't handle the sight of blood and will pass out. So, dude, I mean, if he gotta come in that room to save me and he can't handle it, am I gonna hold a grudge when I know he can't handle it?
I bet you under a situation,
I
under a
bet you he won't.
dire death
I
situation,
bet you any amount of money he won't because I done
there's
had
been
major.
humans that's
I
been
done
known to
had
lift cars because
I
their
have
baby
had
was under the
let
car.
me share this with you. I have had major surgeries that I had
Okay.
to come home with tubes, with drains that had to be bled with blood, and he could not.
But you
He
were,
could not.
but your life, but hold on, but you were
He
alive
could
and
not.
breathing in front of him.
He could not. He could not even do
Miss Debbie,
that.
I think he got your back. I think he got your back. I know
You're
Mr.
not missing. You're
Al. I
missing.
know
You're
Mr.
missing. No,
Al.
no, no, no.
I think he'll
He
stand
could
up.
not. Did you not hear me? He
Yeah.
could not do the drains
Okay.
hit
at
pays
all.
my.
He didn't
Okay.
do them.
Okay.
My children had to come and do them. He couldn't do them.
Okay.
Now he got my back. I ain't saying he didn't. He taking care of me now. That's what he's supposed to do. That's 110. Okay. That
I'm
ain't
gonna
no
use the
50-50. That's
words
110.
of I'm gonna use the words for the lovers out there and say love will conquer all.
That
That's what
is
I'm gonna
true.
say.
I
That's what I'm
love,
gonna
I
say.
love, I
I'm gonna
love, I
say that
love
to you.
that.
All right.
For
People
sure.
need to understand the levels of love and really understand and dig into what love really is, because that's where they're conflicted at. I think people only understand certain levels of love, and once they pass that other level, they do not understand anymore, and it's out the window. That's what I feel. But let's get on to what.
I also know why you
Yes.
feel this way.
We're not gonna do that,
No, we got
brother.
to. We got to. This is how
What do
we
you
get
mean? Why I
past
feel that way? Okay, let me figure out why do I feel that way.
a level of hurt has been bestowed upon
Ah,
you.
Boom.
I'm
There it
not
go.
gonna.
Boom.
I'm not gonna use no excuses in
No,
this.
no, this is
It
not an
ain't
excuse.
excuses,
It's
but
Hold on.
that's why.
No,
logic. It's
that's not what I
logical.
said. No, that's not what I said.
It's his perception.
I said a level of hurt has
Yes.
been bestowed upon you
Mm-hmm.
because somebody has dropped the ball in their love
Okay.
for you and where you're at right. No, Seriously.
Yeah, come on,
Because
come on with it. Come
you
on,
can't feel
listening.
that they loved you at that point. So where you're at now,
Yeah.
you can't see what's there because how somebody dropped the ball that was supposed to. And
Well,
this is hurtful.
I'm glad they dropped the ball, brother, because I truly understand unconditional love. There's people that I love and profess to love to this day. That you know what? I would literally, if they're in front of me, I would take care of them. I would do things for them. I would literally, like seriously,
Because you love them.
yeah, and that's never gonna end. And same thing with there's very few people in my life that I truly despise. There's very few people. There are some, but it takes a lot. You gotta be a disrespectful ass dude. But then still, I love people on a different level, and it doesn't matter their flaws. It doesn't matter their characteristics. If I'm in
Profess.
tune with this person, then trust me, I'm gonna be there for that person regardless. I don't care what nobody say. And that's what people forget. They don't have to give me shit to love them.
Mm-mm.
They've already given me everything
You
with
just
me
learn how.
mixing with their chemistry. That's it.
You learn how to love a different way. And everybody ain't there in their love.
By what you said, I shouldn't know how to love at all. See what
Well, you
I'm
should because guess what?
saying?
You was created to love.
People taught me how to love the wrong way.
No, you was
Oh, you
created
need to.
to be.
So, all right, let's get back to the
The
script.
seat is hot. It's hot tonight.
Nah, it's not hot. It's not hot for me at all. Listen, I'm cool. I'm in cool weather. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that. But anyways, I want to bring something to light. What I'm going to bring to light is the Sixth Amendment. Do we know the Sixth Amendment? It
You
gives
guarantee
guaranteed
rights
rights to
to
anyone who's
anyone.
been accused of committing a crime. The rights include the right of a speedy trial, the
Come on.
right to legal counsel, the right to know all charges against them, the right to a public trial with a jury, the right to know all witnesses and evidence against them. Have you guys ever heard or seen of this law?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right, now we're
yes.
going to talk a little bit about this law. Do you guys find this law to be truthful?
No.
Tell me why you said no, Carlos.
In some instances, there are people right now who don't have a right to some of these things because the government have forfeited them the right to receive these uh speedy trial. Well, not speedy trial. What is it? Right to know all charges against them.
That's right.
There's some people right now that still do that get locked up and they hold them forever and don't never, what I mean, give them give them the charges against them. They just hold them.
In murder
Uh,
charges, I agree with you. In murder charges, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree
The
with you on
feds
murder charges.
will change the charges
It,
up
you
anytime.
got
They
murder.
changed
You
the
also you got
state
some of
would
those.
too. State changes charges.
These are illegal immigrants or people who was held at Guantanamo Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them
Yep.
were held up under charges that they didn't have a clue to.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. I
right to a
think
public trial
Yeah, I
with
think speedy trials is garbage. I think that speedy trial shit is
oh, that's
garbage.
pure garbage. They look because you
the
can
whole
file
system is garbage.
I promise you.
I
The
Exactly.
agree.
right to. They don't always tell you the witness against you until
Now they black
way
the names
after the
out.
fact.
They black the names out. They black the
Yep.
names out.
The evidence that's always held against you isn't always brought forth.
Yeah.
Even if you ask for your whole file in court, even if you ask for them to pull out that document, it's still missing pieces and
Yeah,
it's
they got
still missing
confidential
things.
informants. They more worried about protecting their witnesses to make their case than they are letting you defend yourself.
Than being
Absolutely.
fair.
Absolutely. So we are all understanding that there are some things in this Constitution. The fact that I wanted to bring up was that the Constitution is old. This is a Constitution that was written in 1776. Um, we are still living by these laws today. We are still encased by these laws that were made in slavery times. And us as black, brown, Spanish, whatever you want to call yourself, Chinese, however it goes, we all are a product of each other. And that is what I'm trying to say. We are all a product of each other. We are all people in this nation. We are all one nation. And if we come together as one nation, we can make it. Um
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
So Virginia has laws
Yes.
that whereas those Commonwealth laws.
Uh-huh.
So in my case, the prosecutor was running the show. The judge that was there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the judge had the opportunity to change my charges, but left it up to the prosecutor.
Essentially, they
We have something. We have something from an audience member that I would love for them to. I would love for them to speak on. They said it's not happening. Like I was just speaking on if we come together and we start and we start. Huh? Excuse me.
We the people.
Yes, we the people. We have the right to change this, and it says it, but we don't take the rights upon ourselves to step up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
wherever
People
you
are
do,
lazy.
wherever you do it, you be getting punished for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no. See, that's the fact. That when you do it one person, they call you a vigilante.
Yes, you
When you
have to
do it
do
as a
we the
mass,
people.
But that's the thing. This is what I've seen. You can say, everybody can say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do. But come time,
oh yeah,
you got
they
100
be
people,
bullshitting.
and then
They
this
be
time you
bullshitting.
got 2 people that's right there online.
I get
I
it.
come.
I
So
get
I
what you're
come.
saying. I get what you're saying.
I figured
What you
out.
say, Carlos?
I figured out. I think I might have a way that you might can get past the bullshit. Debate.
Okay.
When you really have a debate, this is how this goes. And I ain't talking about debating just to debate,
Yeah.
but we should debate for solution building. When you look at Congress, you see two sides,
yeah,
Republicans, Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
But what you see is them working together because these people eat together, shake
Yeah.
hands, the whole
Yeah.
nine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So even we, no matter you white, black, don't matter what color you are, all of us should be debating in this, especially black people to me, should debate, but debate for solutions. Being that we know now, no matter left or right, there's some right and left, and there's some right and right. How can we as a people say, you know what, this is how we're going to move forward, and I understand both sides? We have to hear both sides no matter whether we like it,
no, we don't.
disagree, or agree. But agree to disagree to make solutions.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And at least
This is how,
educate ourselves. Absolutely.
yes.
Right.
And you do that through debating because iron sharpens iron.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit up there and leave your mind blank. Our world is the way it is because ain't no iron sharpening iron.
That's a
We
fact.
just swinging our blades and getting dull as hell, and they sitting back creating on our benefit or on their benefit in separating the people and not getting to we the people. But if you want to bring the people involved, you have to create platforms. To me, every church should be debating, every people should be debating. I can care less whether you're right or wrong. How can we move forward as a people, as a whole, to make this nation where those people that sitting back there paying themselves, getting rich, don't benefit, but we do.
That's impossible. We all have to benefit. They're gonna benefit even though we
No, they gonna
benefit.
benefit, but
That's
you want
impossible.
everybody to benefit. What
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That's what I
opposed
mean.
to just that little
Equality in
group.
the beneficial. All I'm asking for is A+ schools for every child that's out there.
There we
That's it.
go.
So the future
And
can be the future can be concrete. Concrete. Excuse me. That's all I want is the future to be okay. I want these
mhm.
kids to stop killing each other. That's all I want. Maybe if
Yeah.
you stop all of this poverty and all this separation between people, maybe then the divide won't be so great and then people won't be so quick to kill people
Start
because they
taxing
got
these
it
rich
themselves.
motherfuckers like you tax the poor people.
That's not going to happen either because they're going to
Well,
rebel and fight against it.
there's also another way we can do that. Churches, mosques, all these people get money. Nobody challenged these people to say, look, this is what you can do. Create a tenth. Being that y'all want to talk about tithes and shit,
They're not
create a
doing that.
tenth.
For
And
your
guess what?
community.
And let's
Oh,
feed everybody. Because they
yeah.
make so
They
much
do it in
money.
small bunches. They do that in small
No,
bunches.
no. As a whole, though.
You get it? Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Every.
Well,
That's
it
going to
ain't
cost too much
it ain't
money,
that
and then
hold
they're
on,
going
it
to
ain't
say
that they
it's
not.
going to hurt their business.
Who's challenging them to do?
Nobody, and that's the
There we
problem.
go.
That's the
The only
problem.
way life gets better is when you are actually challenged. The only way I got better is when my mind, I got around a bunch of men who said, guess what? We gonna challenge you. They didn't even know that they was challenging me, but they debated, they pushed, they prodded. I
Okay.
pushed and I prodded on
Okay.
them, and I got 10 times better.
Okay. There
So
you
how
go.
we do it, you got to poke the bear.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I understand, and I'm with it. But like I said, one person can't do it. One person's a vigilante. So I made a channel, and we made a show.
This is the start.
And this is what we're trying to do. These are the things. These are the dreams and the aspirations of us on the Gag-Order. We came out with a show to talk about the issues that they don't really want people really knowing about or hearing about or talking about. Why? Because then you'll understand the power in voice. There's a lot of power in voices. A lot of businesses used to get a business to come in off word of mouth. Word of mouth is everything. So
Everything.
let's use the old school methods to get new school business done. All right. That's what we're doing. Thank you guys for coming on the show. I had a whole bunch of other stuff planned, but we ain't even get to that. But then still, huh?
Next week.
I know, Jinx. You know what time it is. My name is Ali Major. This is the Gag Order. You can find us on all social media platforms. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank my audience. Thank my co-host, Jinx, Debbie, Carlos. You
Thank
got
you.
anything you want to say?
It's a gag
Y'all
order.
just
That's what we came for.
y'all just
Go.
keep living and hey.